Welcome to a new episode of Depreciation Nation, and we are doing one of our favorite things today on this soggy Ohio day, and we are going to take you along for a ride in yet another modern classic. But before we do that, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button at the bottom of your screen so that you don't miss some of the most eclectic content on YouTube. Now, behind me you are going to see a 2008 Lexus IS250 with 77,000 miles on it, finished in Obsidian. Now, this car was Toyota's second gen of the Lexus IS, the first one being incredibly beloved, and they kind of steered off the path with this car, putting a 2.5 liter, 204 horsepower V6 in the car behind me. Now, Lexus did get some flack over that, but they had many reasons for doing that, one of which was to give people an entry-level car that they could get into. Now, being that this is a Lexus, we have Toyota reliability. These cars have held up incredibly well throughout the years, and we've got Toyota reliability, which I can't say enough. Now, the car behind me, I'm going to consider somewhat of a timeless design. The beauty of this car has aged very well, much like a fine wine, and has gotten much more handsome as they continue to bring new generations out. One of the things we love about having these opportunities is that we get an opportunity to bring you along. Now, if you have any interest in the car behind me, you can find all of the stats: acceleration in about 7 seconds, quarter of a mile in a high 15 seconds. But what we get to do is we get to take you along in the car, and we get to tell you how it feels, how it's aged, and how it's held up. So that's what we're gonna do now. We are gonna take this for a ride. We are gonna tell you how it feels. And one of the things that I have hit on over and over if you have seen our channel is that numbers don't really mean much to me. Fast cars are fast, slow cars are slow, but there are slow cars that feel fast based on the experience that they give you, the driver. So we are gonna take this out, we are gonna shake it down, and we're gonna bring you along for the ride. So let's get going. So here we are in the Lexus IS250, and this is a car I have been looking forward to getting my hands on because, as most of the cars that we have had on this channel, I was in love with this design when it came out. And as previously mentioned, the exterior design has held up very well over time. Ride is very compliant. This particular car has 77,250 miles on it. We are on a bit of a curvy road, and the steering is heavy. Not as heavy as BMW's E46 platform, but you will not mistake it with any car available today. Turn-in is very direct. Now, one of the things that I failed to mention is that this is the all-wheel drive car. They offered it in both rear and all-wheel drive, and this one happens to be all-wheel drive. So, got a little bit more stability, a little better traction. It's nice. Interior, while the infotainment is a bit dated, has held up very well. Has aged very well, and to be quite honest, looks as good as anything that you can buy 14 years later. Now, when Lexus put the smaller motor in this car, they got a bit of backlash from the fans because this motor has 204 horsepower. This car competed with the BMW 3 Series and the Mercedes C-Class at the time. Honestly, I own BMW 3 Series. My son has the E90, and this is more comfortable than either my E46 or the E90. Steering is direct, turn-in is crisp, brake has a nice feel to it, and the car rides better than a BMW or a C-Class Benz. AC is blowing cool. Now that we have an opportunity, we're going to get on it a little. It's not fast, but it's not slow. Fuel economy is decent. Has enough power to get out of its own way. Probably acceleration is most likened to BMW 325 with their 2.5 liter 6-cylinder. Car is more isolated than either of the German competitors. I have less road noise, yet a similar driving dynamic is there. Seats are much more comfortable than either of the German counterparts. Prices are a little all over the map for these at the moment because the market is so volatile right now. I did a quick both Marketplace, Auto Trader, and then Car Tempest search for IS250s earlier this afternoon prior to filming this video, and found a car on there with 150,000 miles on it for $5,900, and then I found another IS250 2010 with 58,000 miles on it, and that car was listed at $25,000. I don't believe that the higher mile car will hurt anyone, particularly since it has Toyota reliability. A well-balanced car, a comfortable, well-balanced car. And so that is the Lexus IS250, a car that we classify as a modern classic and a car that we believe people will come to appreciate for years to come. Hit that subscribe button at the bottom of your screen if you like eclectic automotive content, and we'll talk to you soon.